All right, let's start out with Ben Hogan, right? The most iconic swing ever. And here the hip stuff is drawn already. You can see the dotted line going through the tailbone. He's got the box over here on the left ankle. Now, as Ben starts to wind up, you can see the tailbone is already over where Mac is. You'll see that in a minute. I'm going to put Mac up also, and you'll see why Mac really thought Hogan's mechanics were the best along with Sam Snead. And again, it's like you can see the tailbone displacing from the middle where the dotted line is all the way over to the left ankle with the right hip up. And the spine, the left shoulder is going across the ground. It's not going down to the left foot. Therefore, he's got this angle, as you can see, right here, parallel to the one on his spine, right? And then as he comes through, he starts to re-level the hips via the left knee, going outside of the left ankle. Now the tailbone just stayed there over the left ankle, kept his head in place, and then goes into extension of the legs, keeping the head in a beautiful Hogan fashion. So hopefully this is good for you guys to take a look at. You can see Mac O'Grady behind it. Same mechanics of the lower body using the ground force, and something that you should look over and over. All right, everybody, here's Mac O'Grady on the left and Ben Hogan. Okay, so we've got these boxes set up like I'm showing you in the other videos. Red line through the tailbone, slanted line on the green up top, and the box is on the middle. The middle of the left hip is in the center of that box for Hogan there. So as he winds up, you can see the right hip lifts and the tailbone switches from the red line and ends up lining up over his left ankle by the vertical line under the box. Okay, then from there he starts to go into leveling of the hips by the left knee swirling out, and now the tailbone is over the left ankle. So it's moved quite a few inches. Now I know this camera view is moving, otherwise the boxes would be identical on both sides. But what you are seeing is this tailbone, like the middle belt loop, rotating over to the box or the left ankle, and then from there it stays there while he starts to level the hips out, getting the arms squeezed into the body there. You can see just that lag. Look how low his hands are there. There's a machine at Pebble Beach called the Robo Machine. They set it on Hogan's pattern. I got in there and held this bar that took me through the swing, and I had to let go because it felt like it was going to drag me into the ground. His hands were by his kneecaps. He got them so straight and so down low. It was like wild. But you're going to see the same thing with Mac. The Hogan mechanics, he was all about it. Again, tailbone starts to swirl, or the seam of his shorts there starts to swirl over the left ankle. And now the tailbone is on the left ankle, and it's moved that far away from that red line. That's a good 6 or 8 inches of where the hips changed. Now, it doesn't look like he slid to do it. It looks like he just pivoted, right hip raised, tailbone just like a belt loop, just turned around. And as he was doing that, you can see the left shoulders turning more level. As you look at the top of the shoulder blade there, it's not going down so much over the left foot. It's turning. Same look with Hogan here. I'm going to play that back. Watch the left shoulder. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's going down. It looks like it's just spinning more across in front of him while the lower body's doing its tilting. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, beautiful Mr. Hogan finish. You can see that green line on his back there, slanted. And I'll stop right here too. You can see that green line slanted where Mac's spine is still angled like Hogan here. You know, Titans of the ball striking legend. Legends of ball strikers. Right there. So I thought that'd be great, guys. Pay attention to these. Kind of look at this. Play it back slow. And then ask some comments. Send me an email. I'd like to go through some of this on Zoom lessons, what I do with my students in person. I'm doing it online to help you guys really get a glimpse at like how to move the body correctly. Paul at gormangolf.com if you want to reach me. And let's start ironing out these patterns and get off the roulette wheel of social media tips and tricks. All right, hey guys, if you want to know the lower body mechanics, Mac O'Grady in this video here is going to show you how to do it. Watch it a few times, understand what's going on here. The red line is the tailbone, okay, the center of the hips. The green line is off the inside of the ankle up towards the center of the left hip, okay? So as he winds up here, you can see he's pivoting around, his head's staying totally quiet. And the right hip goes up as the tailbone starts to swirl over towards the left ankle this way, okay? So keep watching this. I'll let it play through here. And then he goes into the left knee swirling outside of the ankle to shift the tailbone over, stabilizing the head. And now he goes into extension. So this is position 5 in the O'Grady Morad system when the left arm is level coming. Now it's time to go into upward action. So check this out. His head just goes up an elevator from here. So he's going to go into extension, guys. Is it early extension for you? Some of you out there? Who knows? But head goes up an elevator and the hips are starting to push up off the ground via the ankles and knees. All the flexions coming out of the hips, knees, and ankles. So he can go vertically up, delivering the club vertically down. You can see the zipper is all the way over the instep of the left ankle as the hips have shifted well into extension. Again, there he is with the head still in position, all the weight on the left side. Beautiful. Now, a great view is this one on the right side because he's got the shorts on, which is, we're thankful for that, you know. I'm going to zoom in here. You can see the crease of the shorts, right? You're going to see as he gets going here, it goes all the way outside of his ankle, okay? So as I fade back now, we know where that crease is right on that green line. You're going to see, like, man, that's how much the tailbone is swirled, right? So it's way over the ankle. Now what happens? Well, he leaves the tailbone there, okay? That crease is way over the instep here. And when he comes down to P5 here, he's got the tailbone over the left side. He's starting to go into extension right here. Can you see that little step there, that step of the wheel I'm turning here to get the level of the hips, okay? And you'll see, again, as I fade this back a little bit, his head, I'm going to go back down here because that's the lowest point of his head, just so you can see where it goes. Now look at this angle of the spine I'm drawing. I'm just going to leave it there. You get the idea. Yeah, there it is. So I'll put that connected to the green line, which is basically over the left hip at the beginning of this part here. So let's do that again. So tailbone swirls over to the left hip. As doing so, the left shoulder has turned level to the ground. It's not tilting down over the left foot. Now that's huge, guys, because a lot of you think that the left shoulder should be over that foot. That is not the case. The left shoulder has turned to the center of his body, the midline, and the spine angle is now zeroed out, but it looks tilted with that slanted red line. As he shifts over, now the edge of the rib cage, which was right here, or the back, is replaced by the middle of the spine as he goes into this extension. I mean, you just got to play this a little bit over and over, guys, and look at these lines I've drawn and just listen to my words here, kind of make your own assessments. But this is the master class of proper lower body movement, which stabilizes the head, gives you power, and collision at the golf ball is just incredible, as you know, with Mac, right? So as he finishes this golf swing, you see how he's just perfectly in balance there, head still in place. He's got the middle of the shoulders, behind the hips. all the weight on the left side, vertical reg foot, excuse me, and so forth. And again, from this way, I'll just show you this part here, where going back, head's quiet, hips slanted, tailbone swirled over to the left ankle, a little weight shift via the left knee swirl. Put a little point there for the knee so you can guys see what I'm talking about there. It goes outside of the ankle. Okay, and now he's got that beautiful lag coming in there. And you get that by the shift of the center of gravity's lower body. There's the arm extension. Just a beauty. So these are Hogan mechanics, and Mac was a big Hogan sneak guy. So I'm going to blend in the Hogan swing from the back view, and you'll see the same tailbone action. I think it's super cool, guys. Hope you love it. And if you want to learn more about Morad, hit me up for a Zoom lesson, or hop in and check out the videos at the link that'll be down below.
All right, so you signed up for Morad. That's awesome. Mac O'Grady, one of the hardest hitting golf ball that I've ever heard in my 2003 school with him, Vegas. So what you're going to learn here is how to set your body on the ground, how to get your center of balance, your center of gravity, as we say, pivoting, keeping yourself organized with your head, the wrist joints, how they set, to accelerate the club down with the pivot train. Right side coming through, elbow, hip, shoulder, everything accelerating through with a bunch of speed and balance. Mac looked the smoothest as anybody, like a Ben Hogan.